On today's episode of The Angle Show, we're talking about some massive news surrounding Matt Riddle, WWE's new TV deal, and some more AEW drama, and it's all coming up right here on TAS. Hopefully you guys all had a great weekend. We got some big news today. We're going to kick things off with some AEW drama. Look, this is so interesting to me because I feel like they could be working us right here, which I hope is the case. So we've talked a little bit about Santana and Ortiz having some backstage trouble, right? Like there was some stuff between them and it looks like they kind of fell apart. It kind of looks like the tag team stuff ended. And then we know Conan spoke out about this. This was something that was relatively popular on the internet because Conan came out and said, hey, they are not on good terms. We know that there's been so many reports about them, and obviously when there's reports of these guys not teaming up, there's injuries. You don't see these guys on TV. Nobody really knows what to expect. Then you have Santana putting out a tweet talking about his journey for his return. And then Ortiz hits him with a response. And then Santana responds to him, hey, you didn't call when I was injured. You didn't check up on me. It looks like there is going to be a singles feud between the two. Now, the question is this AEW actually just, working everybody? Was there legitimate issues between them, and now they look at it from the perspective of, hey, we can actually turn this into a storyline? I personally would hope that this type of drama is not legitimate, right? Obviously, a lot of people are going off of reports. Ortiz put out a tweet. What a way to find out years of having your back meant nothing. Good luck without your crutch. Just remember, I helped you walk for the last 14 plus years. Hope your legs are good. Thank you for being honest for once, but you couldn't say it to my face. You know you still can. And look, I think both of these guys are great. I feel like they should have been AEW Tag Team Champions for a long time. The fact that it never happened really bothered me. I loved everything from their debut to everything really they've done in AEW. These guys are gold. It looks like they could be building a story between the two. And if that's the case, has there actually been legitimate issues between them? Or is this a situation where the issues were legitimate and now they're turning it into a story because these guys want to work and make money? And I think that would be very good. I would be very happy to find out that these guys don't actually have bad blood with each other anymore, and they're willing to put it behind them for the sake of putting on good content. I think Mike Santana looks like a real good single star, and honestly, man, I've really enjoyed Ortiz as well. So this is going to be something to follow along with. I don't really want to see AEW become this place where everybody's just having issues with each other, because we've seen that before. We've seen how it impacts the product. This would be a scenario where they could actually turn it into some money and turn it into some quality television. You guys may have heard of some news surrounding Matt Riddle. I want to give you guys some updates on this. This is so strange. For those who don't know, TMZ is reporting that law enforcement sources say that Port Authority officers received a call about a disorderly person who was deplaning, and that person turned out to be Matt Riddle. According to witnesses, Riddle reportedly seemed apologetic when he was speaking with the police, and no police report was filed. Port Authority says that they were shocked about Riddle's claim on Instagram, and from their view, nothing they did warranted an accusation from Riddle on social media. But because of his post, they are taking the claim seriously, and they are launching an internal probe. Now, the thing is, Matt Riddle made a post on Instagram with the caption, and this was later deleted, by the way. He says, nothing like being SA'd by an officer and harassed at the JFK airport. No means no, and just because I'm nice doesn't mean yes. Asshole. Don't know their Twitter or Instagram handles, but I took pictures. Normally, I'm like, whatever, but today was really weird and uncomfortable, and they made a point to make me feel small and useless. Definitely one of the most uncomfortable travel days I've ever had. Thanks, NYC. You're so progressive and accepting. Guys, Matt Riddle is always in the headlines. Matt Riddle was a problem for the UFC. Matt Riddle has been a problem for WWE in the past. I think anytime there is an accusation in regards to this, they got to do their investigation. I see a lot of people on social media are calling for Matt Riddle to be fired. I don't know if that is necessarily acceptable. you're just reading headlines and you're just reading posts. But if there's truth to what Matt Riddle says, then I can't really understand how Matt Riddle should be in trouble for it. Now, if Matt Riddle is lying with these accusations, if the investigation comes back and it says, none of this happened, Matt Riddle was disorderly conduct, he was under the influence or something, this has a lot of implications on somebody's life. And the fact that people are willing to choose and believe one side is not fair. So this is a situation where I think WWE is going to wait and see what happens with the investigation. Now, with that being said, let's excuse this specific situation and push that one to the side. Does WWE have somebody reliable in Matt Riddle? If you watch the WWE product, you might be wondering, why isn't Matt Riddle pushed more? Well, Matt Riddle is always in the news. Matt Riddle is always in the headlines. And there's just certain things that WWE has to be very careful about, and this is one of them. I think WWE is going to wait until see what the investigation looks like. If Matt Riddle is, if he's got a fair case, if everything is legitimate, I don't think anything happens here to Matt Riddle. I do believe to some extent, though, if this is all very much a lie, if this is all very much a situation where Matt Riddle was intoxicated or under the influence of any substances, I could see WWE getting, putting their foot down. And we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. This is interesting. Jeff Bezos, the guy who, basically created Amazon. I mean, this guy basically took Amazon and made it the billion, trillion dollar empire that it is. Why is he sitting next to Triple H and Emmanuel in New York Fashion Week? Well, a lot of people are wondering about this, and obviously a lot of people are curious as to what their relationship could be like. Now, this is a very interesting time period if you're a WWE fan, considering the fact that WWE is currently trying to get new TV deals, right? They're talking, they're negotiating, they're doing a lot. We know that SmackDown and Fox are not basically going to terms on a new TV deal. We're still waiting to see what happens there. We know Amazon Prime is looking to get some nice content for their platform. We see that they already have the NFL. We're starting to see so many different movies and shows and so many different things added to their platform. The belief here is that WWE, Triple H, and Emmanuel could be discussing new TV deals with Amazon Prime. Now, this is not a shocker if you watch this channel because we've talked about it before. But let's go back to 2021 when we talked a little bit about AEW and WWE and potential futures for them. And the potential future for both companies was streaming rights is a very, 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 very big deal, and you're going to see a lot of heavy hitters get involved. And this means Netflix and Amazon and Google and Apple and all of these companies are going to be interested. But I remember specifically telling you guys there seems to be some sort of approach where Amazon is looking at getting involved with wrestling. And why would Amazon get involved with wrestling? Well, if you look at WWE's audience, that could be tremendous help to Amazon and their platform. I think it is very possible that WWE has talks with Amazon to see where they can fit their programming on Prime Video. Now, this is going to be a very big culture shock to those who are still using traditional cable because Amazon Prime Video is a streaming service. I'm going to pay very closely attention to this, but this is a sign that WWE is in a situation where they are talking. And look, we know Peacock deal isn't up yet, but I have to imagine at some point WWE getting their tape library on Amazon Prime Video would be absolutely insane. It would get so many new eyes on their product. It would be incredible. I cannot wait to see what happens here. I'm going to keep you guys updated right here on The Angle Show. Thank you so much for watching.